Hey guys, I'm Zormo and I'm back with another entry in the Oldschool Runescape Slayer Encyclopedia, or the OSRSSE for short. I try and say that right every time and I always feel like I'm getting it wrong, but there we go. Today we're coming in with the Ankou entry. There are two types of Ankou that we're going to be covering today, and that is the standard Ankou and the dark Ankou. So here we go. Ankous can be assigned by Vanica, Neve or Steve, Duradel and Konar. Cristilia can also assign them as a Wilderness Slayer task if you're interested in doing Wilderness Slayer. I'm personally not a fan, but there you go. We're going to hop right in actually with the Dark Ankou first, because we're going to get them out of the way with, because you are not going to be killing these as your Slayer assignment. I thought I may as well sort of put them in the video, because there's always going to be someone that says, hang on, you missed out the Dark Ankou. And I'm going to be like, well, yeah, but they're kind of useless and trash and no one should ever kill them. And they're going to be like, yeah, but it's an Encyclopedia entry. And I'm going to be like, okay, so I'm putting it in the video, deal with it. The Dark Ankou has a combat level of 95. It has a max hit of 8. It is aggressive, kind of. I'll cover that in a minute. It cannot poison you. It has an attack speed of 4. It gives 60 Slayer XP per kill, and it is immune to both poison and venom. So, Dark Ankous, you might be wondering, what the hell are they? You've probably never seen one before. Dark Ankous spawn randomly when you fight Skatizo. They spawn pretty rarely as well, and only one can be spawned at one time in the Skatizo boss room. Dark Ankou will spawn when you're fighting Skatizo. It will wander around the room until it gets near you, and then it will become aggressive, but only if you're actually attacking Skatizo at the time. Killing the Ankou doesn't affect the Skatizo fight or make it any easier, so everyone just ignores them, and just kill normal Ankous, guys. If you've got an Ankou task, just don't come here. It's not worth it. If you are fighting these for whatever reason, then you'll be doing so during the Skatizo fight, as I mentioned, so the gear that you bring will just be your Skatizo gear. Not going to cover that in this video because it's not a Skatizo video, so there you go. They also don't drop anything, so again, don't kill them. So let's actually go on to the Ankous that you will be killing. The standard Ankous. Now, the standard Ankous come at some different combat levels. They come at level 75, 82, 86, 95, and 98. They have a max hit of 8, apart from the level 98 Ankou, which has a max hit of 10. All of these are aggressive. None of them can poison you. They all have an attack speed of 4, and none of them are immune to poison or venom. So, poison and venom to your heart's content, guys. They also give slightly different Slayer XP. So, it's based on their HP as well. So the level 75 Ankous will give you 60 Slayer XP per kill. The level 82 Ankous will give you 65 Slayer XP per kill. The level 86 Ankous will give you 70 Slayer XP per kill. Oddly enough, the level 95 Ankous will give you 60 Slayer XP per kill. Bit weird. Level 98 Ankous, well, they will give you 100 XP per kill. So the higher the level of Ankou, the better their HP and offensive stats get, with the exception of the level 95 Ankou having the same HP as the level 75 Ankou, and the level 98 Ankou having the same offensive stats as the level 86 Ankou. I don't know who came up with that. It makes zero sense, but it is what it is, I suppose. Where can you find them? Well, there are 10 spawns in the Catacombs of Kourend. These are for the level 95 Ankous. Best way to get there is obviously the Xeric's Talisman Heart teleport. Or you can use the Mysterious Hole entrance to the Catacombs in the northwest corner of the Shazian area. This does require climbing out of the hole from within the Catacombs before you can go back down into the hole using those vines. It's covered in the Aberrant Spectre video. If you haven't watched that, go check that out. It's fairly simple. Yeah, you can't use the shortcut until you've used it to escape the tunnels first. Moving on, there are 32 spawns on the final bottom floor of the Stronghold of Security. This includes the level 82 and 86 Ankous, which are grouped together in the two western rooms, and then there is also a group of level 75 Ankous in the northeastern corner room. The fastest way to get there is the Skull Scepter teleport, although that does require getting the 4 untradeable pieces of the scepter as drops from Stronghold creatures. Other than this, you can just teleport to Edgeville and then just run south to Barbarian Village if you want to do that. That's what I do. The entrance to the Stronghold of Security, if you don't know by now, is just in the middle of the mining rocks of coal in the centre of the village. Also, just one thing to note is, if you've already completed a floor in the Stronghold of Security, or if your combat level is high enough, then you can use the portals at the start of each floor, to skip through the entire floor instead of needing to run through each one. You can just skip to the end and then go down to the next one. Next spawn, there is 8 spawns in the Stronghold Slayer Cave. These are level 75, 82 and 86 Ankous all grouped in one room together. The Slayer Ring teleport will take you right to the entrance of the cave, or you can use a Spirit Tree and then just run southwest to the cave entrance from the Gnome Stronghold Spirit Tree, that is. There are also 21 spawns in the Forgotten Cemetery in the wilderness. These are level 86 Ankus, and the best way to get there is to use the Cemetery Teleport on the Arceus spellbook. That will take you directly into the cemetery itself. You can also use the Dariak Teleport to go to the ruin. I've never said that word out loud before. To go to the ruins south of the cemetery and then just run north, and you'll find the Ankus there. Obviously, it's in the wilderness, be careful. There is another wilderness spawn as well. This is the final set of spawns. There are 10 spawns in the Wilderness Slayer Cave. This is the only place you can find the level 98 Ankus, and the cave has 2 entrances. There's a level 18 Wilderness entrance, just west of Laren's Small Chest, and there's also a level 29 Wilderness entrance, just west of Venenatis. You can get there by teleporting to the Ferox Enclave and then running east. That will take you to the level 18 entrance. You can also teleport to the Corporal Beast lair and then run east again, and that will take you to the level 18 entrance. Or you can use the Wilderness Crabs teleport, and then you will be able to run west and get to the level 29 entrance. So what you're going to want to use when you're fighting them. A Salve Amulet will work against Ankus because they are undead, but again, I've mentioned this before, it does not stack with the Slayer Helm, so use the Slayer Helm if you can. Nothing more to say there. They're weak to melee, so bring your best melee gear is the best option. Obviously, if you are killing them in the wilderness, you're going to want to bring a more of a budget setup, gear that you're not willing to lose if you run into a PK. You can kill Ankus with some low-level food such as lobsters or monkfish. They don't hit that high. Obviously, if you're just sort of at the point where you're getting Anku tasks and you're a mid-level account, you might want to bring some sharks, see how you go. You can bring Guthans to heal up if you want to extend your trips, and if you are finding that you're running out of food for some reason, you could even bring bones to Peaches, as they do always drop bones, and that will basically extend your trips. So, another note, a cannon can be used to kill Ankus in both the Stronghold of Security and in the Wilderness Slayer Cave, although obviously be careful risking cannon and cannonballs in the wilderness, but a cannon in the Wilderness Slayer Cave is actually the fastest way to do an Anku task. I don't like doing that myself, I don't like risking things in the wilderness, but that is the fastest way to do the task. There's also a safe spot in the Forgotten Cemetery. If you go behind the southwest coffin between the 2 bone spawns, be careful of PKs though, because it is in the level 30 wilderness. There's also another safe spot in the Stronghold of Security in the southwest room. Just stand on the south side of the southeasternmost skeleton. That will bring us on to the drops, guys. So the average kill of an Anku is about 1k GP, and that goes up to 1.4k with Brimstone Keys if you're on a Konar task. As I said earlier, they always drop bones. They also drop Death Runes at a rate of 1 in 10 and 11 Blood Runes at a rate of 1 in 16.67. So decent source of Blood Runes and good source of money for mid-level accounts if you're just starting out with Slayer. Ankus in the Stronghold of Security will also drop the left skull half at a rate of 1 in 33.33. Obviously that's one of the pieces that you need for the scepter if you want to go for that. Ankus in the Wilderness will drop dark fishing bait and normal fishing bait at a rate of 1 in 3.03. Ankus in the Wilderness will also drop a looting bag at a rate of 1 in 3, so don't worry about going to get one from somewhere else. If you don't have one already, just go there and they will drop one pretty soon. They also drop Brimstone Keys at a rate of 1 in 225 up to 1 in 139. That scales with the Anku's level. They also drop Hard Clues at a rate of 512. 1 in 512, which is increased to 1 in 256 if you kill them in the wilderness with a Ring of Wealth imbued equipped. Ankus in the Catacombs of Kourend obviously also have a chance of dropping Dark Totem Pieces, and that's at a rate of 1 in 440, and they also have a chance of dropping Ancient Shards at a rate of 1 in 293. Now, Ankus in the Wilderness Slayer Cave have slightly different drop rates. The average kill there is worth 1.1k. They will always still drop bones. They also will drop more Blood and Death Runes than other Ankus around the world. They will also drop a Laren's Key at a rate of 1 in 82 and a Slayer's Enchantment at a rate of 1 in 240. Only if you're doing a Wilderness Slayer task from Cristelia. If you have an Anku task from another Slayer Master and you choose to do it in the Wilderness Slayer Cave, you won't get those drops. It's only if you get the task from Cristelia. And that brings us on to the interesting fact, guys. So I've got 2 facts for you today. I couldn't decide between 2 that I found. So the first one is just that the name Ankou is taken from Ankou, who was a servant of death in Breton mythology. Also, there is a 2 in 95 chance of rolling on the gem drop table when you kill Ankous. And if you hit this table, there's then a 1 in 2027 chance of getting a talisman. That's not the interesting bit. The interesting bit here is that if you are killing Ankous underground and you get this drop, you'll get a chaos talisman. But if you're killing them above ground, you'll get a nature talisman. I just thought that was kind of cool. You've got the Chaos Talisman for the underground basement dwelling Ankous, and then you've got the nice nature talisman for the above ground Ankous who are just frolicking around in fields of green grass, having a picnic or whatever. Anyway, guys, that is the end of this entry. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you'll tune into the next one, and until then, I've been Zormo. Thanks for watching.